In the heart of New York City, where skyscrapers pierced the stormy skies like indifferent giants, Alexander Voss gripped the wheel of his sleek black Mercedes. At 45, he was a self-made millionaire, his empire built on ruthless real estate deals and stock market conquests. Success had come at a price, lonely nights in his penthouse, echoing with the ghosts of relationships he never nurtured. Rain lashed against the windshield, blurring the world into a gray haze, much like the emptiness in his soul. As he navigated the flooded streets of Brooklyn, his eyes caught a poignant sight, an elderly couple huddled under a tattered umbrella, their steps slow and labored. The man, tall but stooped with age, supported the woman, whose frail frame shivered in the downpour. They carried a single, weathered suitcase between them, its leather cracked like the lines on their faces. Something stirred in Alexander, a flicker of compassion he rarely allowed. He pulled over, rolling down the window. "Excuse me," he called out, his voice cutting through the thunder. "You folks look like you could use a ride. Where are you headed?" The couple exchanged glances. The man, with kind blue eyes framed by wire-rimmed glasses, nodded gratefully. "Bless you, sir. We're trying to get to the old folks' home on Elm Street. It's not far, but this rain." "I'm Theodore," the man said, extending a wrinkled hand. "This is my wife, Eleanor." Alexander introduced himself curtly, stepping out into the storm. He popped open the trunk of his car, its spacious interior gleaming with forgotten luxury, a designer golf bag, a case of fine wine. "Let me help with that suitcase." Eleanor clutched it tightly at first, her silver hair plastered to her forehead. "It's all we have left," she whispered, her voice trembling. But Theodore gently pried it from her and handed it over. As Alexander lifted the suitcase, the old latch gave way with a snap, spilling its contents into the trunk. Faded dresses, a few books, and scattered papers tumbled out. He knelt to gather them, apologizing profusely. That's when his hand brushed against a small, velvet pouch. Curiosity piqued, he opened it, revealing a tarnished silver locket. Inside was a photograph, a baby boy with wide, curious eyes, wrapped in a blue blanket. On the back, etched in delicate script, "Our beloved Alexander, born March 15, 1980. Given with love, for a better life." Alexander's breath caught. His own birthday, his own name. He flipped through the papers nearby, yellowed adoption documents from a New York orphanage, listing Theodore and Eleanor Harrington as the birth parents. Poverty had forced them to surrender their only child, hoping for a brighter future in the arms of a wealthy family. The world spun. Alexander stared at the couple, now standing awkwardly in the rain. Eleanor's eyes widened as she saw the locket in his hand. "Where? How did you? Is this me?" Alexander's voice cracked, a vulnerability he hadn't felt since childhood flooding through him. Theodore's face crumpled. "Son, is it really you?" Memories crashed over Alexander like the relentless rain. Adopted by the Voss family at age 2, he had grown up in opulence, private schools, lavish vacations. But there was always a void, a sense of not belonging. His adoptive parents, kind but distant, had passed away years ago, leaving him their fortune. He had built upon it, amassing millions, yet never sought his roots. Why dredge up the past when the present glittered with gold? Eleanor stepped forward, tears mingling with raindrops. "We were so young, so poor. Your father worked 2 jobs, but it wasn't enough. The orphanage promised you'd have everything we couldn't give. We named you Alexander after my grandfather, hoping you'd conquer the world." Theodore nodded, his voice hoarse. "We searched for you once, years ago, but the records were sealed. We moved on, but never forgot. This locket, it's all we kept." Alexander's knees buckled. He had driven these streets countless times, blind to the struggles around him. His life was a fortress of wealth, but here, in the pouring rain, the foundation cracked. These strangers, his parents, had sacrificed everything for him. And what had he become? A man who measured worth in dollars, ignoring the human cost. "I'm sorry," he whispered, pulling them into an embrace. The rain soaked through his tailored suit, but for the first time, he didn't care. I've been so lost. They drove in silence at first, the car's heater warming their chilled bones. Eleanor shared stories of his infancy, his first laugh, the way he gripped her finger. Theodore spoke of regrets, of nights wondering if their boy was happy. Alexander opened up about his isolation, the deals that left him hollow. By the time they reached the modest retirement home, a decision crystallized in Alexander's heart. "This isn't goodbye," he said firmly. "Come live with me. My home is too big for one person." Eleanor's eyes sparkled. "We've burdened you enough." "No," Alexander insisted. "You've given me everything. Let me give back." In the weeks that followed, Alexander transformed. He moved Theodore and Eleanor into his penthouse, filling it with laughter and shared meals. He established a foundation for the elderly homeless, channeling his millions into shelters and support programs. Boardrooms saw a softer side of him. Deals now included clauses for community impact. One evening, as they watched the city lights from the balcony, Eleanor slipped the locket around his neck. "You've always had our love, Alexander. Now you have us." He touched the silver, feeling its weight like an anchor to his true self. The rain that night had washed away his illusions, revealing the power of connection over conquest. In discovering his past, Alexander Voss found his future, not in wealth, but in the unbreakable bonds of family. Thank you for watching this story till the end. Sparkles. If it touched your heart, please support us. Thumbs up, give it a like. Speech balloon, share your thoughts in the comments. Bell, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire and make you believe in miracles. Your participation means a lot to us. Heart.